Yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again. Real Kens TV in the house like kitchen sinks. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And be sure to hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this action and this heat, you're amongst the first to receive. Now, with no further ado, let's get into this afternoon's video, if you will. 4:03 Saturday afternoon. And a couple days ago, I had posted, I'd actually uploaded a short. And I briefly spoke on a young dude, maybe about, I don't know, he was 24, 25, somewhere right around in that range. And you could tell that it was his first time in prison. Now, you know, when you first come into prison, you don't really know what to expect, you know, so it takes you a little while to catch on to the actual rules of prison, because rules in society are totally different from the rules in prison. So there was a dude named Country. Now, Country was about 50. I'd say Country was a good 6 foot, 6'1", weighed about 220. He was from the country, so he was already just naturally strong. Did a whole lot of push-ups, pull-ups, and dips. He fooled with the weight pal, you know, from time to time, but, you know, a lot of his size was natural. And then, as I mentioned, you know, the push-ups and, you know, so forth. So Country was the dorm janitor. See, in prison, everybody has a, like each dorm that you're in, there's someone that's assigned to clean the dorm. It's the dorm janitor. Country was one of those guys that took his job very, very serious. You know, when he went in there to clean that bathroom, he cleaned it with pride. So a lot of times, like in the morning times, while everybody else is sleeping, Country's up, he's cleaning the bathroom. Now, when I say he's cleaning the bathroom, I'm talking about he's hooking up the water hose, he's spraying the floor, he's spraying the walls, he's spraying the sinks, the mirrors, the showers. And then he'll take a scrubber, you know, he'll put whatever chemical down, he'll take that scrubber down and he'll scrub everything that I just mentioned. And, you know, he really, you know, put in some work, put in effort. Take him about an hour to clean the bathroom. But he would take his time because that was like his peace of mind, you know. Now, he would leave one toilet open. So if you come in the bathroom and you know, you end up having to use the restroom while he's cleaning, you know, okay, to use this toilet. But, you know, you respectful. Hey, big dog, can I walk across your floor? Yeah, man, go ahead. Country was cool, laid back, didn't really say much, never bothered anybody. He had just been locked up for a long time. So, and when I say a long time, it wasn't one of those 10 or 15 years, but he had been locked up a solid, you know, 5 or 6 years straight. So, you know, he was already in his mode and he was already in his routine of doing things and doing things a certain way. So the young dude that I was, you know, previously mentioned, he walks in the bathroom, maybe it's not even 10 minutes after Country has finished cleaning the bathroom up. And everybody appreciated Country because when you go to the bathroom, you want to be able to go to a bathroom that's, you know, it's a clean bathroom. So you got showers, and in the prisons, shower heads, you might have 6 or 7 different shower heads. So it could be 6 or 7 different people in the shower at one time. I know it sounds kind of, you know, but that's just what it is. And then the toilets, there's maybe 5 toilets, and they're only, I don't know, maybe 3 feet apart. It's crazy. So you sitting there, you know, you use the bathroom, handling your business or whatever, and somebody's 3 feet away from you, and they sitting there, and a lot of places don't even have the dividers. So there's no privacy whatsoever. Now, some places they have the dividers to where they have like a little curtain up and they can't really see. They see, obviously, you're sitting down on the toilet, but they can't see you, you know, actually what you're doing. But some places don't even have dividers. So, you know, everybody appreciates being able to go and use a clean bathroom. Little young dude came in, did whatever he did. I think he was brushing his teeth or whatever in the sink. And when he got done, he spit in the sink. He spits in the sink, and Country sees this. Because even though Country, he's no longer cleaning the bathroom. He's still like gathering his supplies up and, putting everything away, because he'll come back again at lunchtime, clean it again. So Country sees this. He don't say a word. Doesn't say a word. He walks back to his bed. He grabs 2 bars of state soap. State soap is a soap that they give you in prison. It has no smell, no scent to it whatsoever. It's just soap, basically, for the sake of saying we provide the inmates with soap that aren't able to afford it on the commissary, if you will. The state soap sucks as far as your body. A lot of times you use a state soap for, like, cleaning your clothes, cleaning your whites. When I say your whites, your t-shirts, your boxers, your socks. It works pretty well, like, on stuff like that. But state soap and the body, it's not a good mixture. So grabs the 2 bars of state soap, puts them in a sock, locks the sock around, wraps the sock around his hand, quietly walks back to the bathroom. It's like, hey, youngster. Youngster turns around. Pow! I'm talking about splits him wide open, hits him in the head. Like, right? It's a little bit above the eye. So it's kind of like on the forehead or whatever, but kind of close to the eye just as well. Pow! Splits him. Dude falls in the corner. He don't know. He, grabs his eye. What's going on? What's going on? Country still is not saying anything. Grabs him by his shirt. Drags him over to the toilet. Puts his head in the toilet. Literally puts his head in the toilet. Now, luckily, it was a clean toilet because Country had already cleaned the bathroom. So, that was a good thing for the youngster. Sticks his head in the toilet. This is where you spit at. If you ever spit in my sink. If you ever spit in my sink again, I'll kill you in here. So the youngster, okay, man, okay, OG, I didn't know. I didn't know. Country lets him go. Dude goes, gets himself cleaned up or whatever. And kind of just went that way, Now, that's one of those situations that really could have turned out bad. Not to say that was good, but it really could have turned out bad because Country really could have hurt that dude. Could have hurt him severely. Could have killed him if he really wanted to. A lot of times when people tell these prison stories or what have you, people that's never been, they don't really understand the magnitude of violence that goes down in prison. Because people are not, you got to understand, you're in prison, there's 12, 13, 1,500 people. Sometimes more, sometimes a little less. You got all people from all walks of life. They're serving different time. Some people have life sentences. This was in one of those places to where dudes have life. Dudes is never going home again. So you have people that, you have all of these different personalities that are constantly clashing and forced to be around each other 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. You don't know what a person's thinking about. You don't know if a person's gotten received a bad letter, a bad phone call, can't reach his people on the phone. They haven't sent any money. Everybody's eating, man, because people in prison, if you got some money, man, you're going to eat swell. So you got people that's eating big meals, big, chicken, double cheeseburger, salmon, chili, spaghetti, meatloaf, lasagna, pizza, anything that you can basically eat out here, you can eat in prison. So you have an individual that's not getting any money sent in, no love. He's only making state pay, which is $25, $30 a month. That's not going to take you very far. So you're having to smell, this type of food every night, not just every night, because they cook breakfast, they cook lunch, and they cook dinner. Some people never go to the chow hall. So you're smelling this stuff, and it's like, man, I got to have it. So you got people that's frustrated. You got people, man, robberies happen in prison. Robberies literally happen in prison. And I got a story for you all about a robbery that I was right next door. But the same way you get robbed out here, you can get robbed in prison. So you're forced to be around all of these individuals. You never know what a person's thinking. And it's just a dangerous environment. You try to stick to yourself. You try to not bother anybody. But if you initially come into prison, you've never been before, you're not gonna know all the prison etiquette. You're not gonna know. Like, for instance, that young dude, man, he didn't mean no harm. He probably just had a habit of spitting in the sink when he was at home. So he did it in there, not knowing that he was gonna get his wig split, his noodle pushed all the way backwards for spitting in the sink. You know, there's certain things that you do and you don't do while you're in prison. A lot of times, and I've seen certain places when you have to pass gas, you got to go to the bathroom and do it. You don't just do that to where everybody can, has to smell your gas. I've seen somebody get beat up for that. Let's just say if you're in a cell with somebody and it's just two of you all in the cell, you don't just lay up in the cell all day long without leaving the cell. Nah, you leave the cell for a little while to give your cellie some time in the cell to itself. But you wouldn't know that. The average person wouldn't know that unless you're told that, unless you taught these things. When you use the restroom, it's called a courtesy flush. When you sit down using the restroom, flush. You might flush 5 or 6 different times while you're using the restroom because it's courtesy to everyone else. Okay, I can't help that you all have to, take this smell in, if you will. But I'm flushing because that's a sign of respect. Courtesy flushing. So these are just some of the things in prison that, when you first come in, you're not gonna know and realize to do these things. Some people pull you to the side and be like, hey, youngin, hey, next time you do this, you might want to try this. And some people, such as country, they're not gonna have no patience with you, and they're gonna take a look at you right off top. Right off top. Now, did country have to go get 2 bars of state soap? No. The dude, he wasn't really no big dude. He wasn't no little dude, but he wasn't no big dude. I'd say the young dude was maybe, I don't know, about 5'10", probably weighed a good 200 pounds, nothing major, but he wasn't exactly a small dude. But see, that's not what it's about in prison. It's called a demonstration. A lot of times people put down a cold demonstration. And a cold demonstration is, I'm going to show out. I'm going to do this so that the next person that thinks about trying me, he's going to remember what I did to this individual. So that if he even, like I said, thinks about it, I better not try him, man. I don't want to be the next victim. So a lot of times it's called a demonstration. People put down a demonstration and they'll hurt you. They'll hurt you bad, man. They will hurt you bad. The best thing, obviously, like I always say, is to stay out of prison. And you do that by just following the rules, getting yourself a job, 2 jobs, whatever, 3 jobs, getting you a skill, trade, schooling, staying out them streets, staying away from people that do dirt, that could potentially put you in that situation, and just doing the right thing simply because it's the right thing to do. Because I'm going to tell you, man, once that judge sentences you, mama can't help you. Oh, she can send you some money. She can tell you, oh, baby, it's going to be okay. But she can't promise you it's going to be okay. You're in prison, man. Lions, tigers, and bears, man. Somebody might just do something to you just because they don't like you. They don't like the way you look. Definitely a dangerous, dangerous environment. That's why I always watch Hustle Spirit 502 featuring Fleece Johnson and Big Lee. I love that channel for the simple fact that Fleece Johnson, yeah, he gets a little graphic with some of the things that he used to partake in, and everybody doesn't do that. That was just a choice that he, it was something that he decided to do. But he keeps it real as far as everything that goes on, the violence that goes on, all the racism, all the just, man, it's crazy. Because you got to fight other inmates sometimes, and you might end up having to fight the guards. Crazy, crazy situation, man. A little young dude, man, hopefully he learned his lesson. I'm quite sure he didn't spit in the sink anymore. And, hopefully he learned his lesson, man. It's not a place for anybody to be. Real Kens TV. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And be sure to hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive.